balance as a fluttering feeling came around her hips and down the outside of her thighs. Already? How can just her husband's kiss have got her so far already? It seemed it had got that far for him too, and Osrith glanced down and saw not an unsizable cock pressing against her thigh. She put out her hand, but Sainid took it in his and drew her touch away. Not yet, he told her, and to emphasize the face, he leaned down and drew his arm under her knees, taking a few steps to the hay pile, and placed her down in it. Osrith wriggled a little, and Sainid kissed her, before leaning away from her for a moment, and looking into her eyes. I love you, Osrith, and always have. We can stop here, now, if you wish. We can just lie beside one another. When Osrith had said nothing, for her mind was too crowded with thoughts, Sainid added, if you do not wish me to go too far, then. But Osrith put a finger to his mouth, before pulling it away and replacing it with her mouth. I can no longer bear children, Sainid, she told him. I do not know whether this displeases you or not. I would not like you to become ill again, Osrith, he told her, gently. You nearly died last time. I want you, for the rest of my life. I would die before you, Osrith, because I could not bear a day without you in the world. Living being my wife. I do not need you to have my children to prove you are my wife. He touched her hair, braided expertly by Elasad, tangling his fingers into the plaits and combing out some of her hair. And then there were no more words. Words were replaced with kisses, were replaced with Sainid's embrace of her, pulling her close, so their flesh, at the chest, at the stomach, arms, hands, were touching. Osrith did not know if there was any order to what he was doing, as he touched her breasts, gently at first, and then with more vigor, squeezing them, and he kissed her face and neck again, and the shivering in her lower body increased by measure, until she was sure that just her husband's kiss would make her come. Sainid's hand then travelled to her legs, and very slowly trailed up a hand, until he reached her cunt. But Osrith was too far on to need the encouragement that the pushing of her clitoris would achieve. Sainid arched his back as Osrith kissed his neck, and plunged on. They became one, as if they were meant to be. He was good, he was very good. And, as they slept in the hay until the next morning arrived, Osrith knew that, for once in her life, she had done the right thing. She was married into the Ui Alpin family now, and was going to be a farmer. And Sainid, her husband, could do that to her every night for the rest of their lives.